Hey, welcome, guys. Thank you for stopping by, hoping that you are enjoying your existence. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I greatly appreciate that. Today, we are discussing some AI supported ideas that could potentially begin generating lots of money for you in this trying times. We're going to discuss assisting individuals in finding a job. And if you can create and manage an application that can assist in doing that, I think you got some big money on your hands. So I'm going to give you the tools, the tips, the tricks in order to create this application. Right now I'm on the road, so I'm not able to actually create the application alongside of you. But what I am going to do for you is those who like, follow, share, and fill out the form, I'm going to send you directly two of my applications that you can build off top of. I've written them in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because these are the simplest tech tools, the simplest programming languages to understand and learn relatively quickly. We're talking about within a day. And then from there, all you're simply doing is what most big corporations and their developers do: copy and paste. Hold on, I'm getting ready to go through all this water because it is raining here in the city of brotherly love. As I go to my last days of my job, there's very few jobs that you can say are going to be your last days, but the cool thing is, in this day of AI, definitely a lot of last days coming up for so many. But with that being said, as I stated previously, I'm going to give you guys the tools, the tricks, the skills necessary to make an application that potentially can save your life and put some moolah, cheddar, greenbacks, cheese, Sacagaweas, Washingtons, Franklins, Benjamins, and a few Lincolns in your pocket. We're talking about the money today, guys. All right? And this application is so simple. And because it's so simple, it allows for you to do so much. It allows for you to create so much. Once you create this application, you won't need to make really any more kinds of applications. So one of my favorite applications that really helped me in my time of need was a application, I believe it's called Wonolo. Wonolo is an application that allows you to be able to find work, find a job. Now, it specializes mostly in manufacturing and construction, but you can use it for there's other tasks on there. You're booked for the job and you're paid for the job at an hourly wage, similar to working at a regular 9 to 5. The pay I saw was as low as $12 an hour, but typically the jobs that I grabbed during my time of need were $14 an hour, okay? And there are many applications like this. Now, you're definitely familiar with DoorDash. You're familiar with Uber, Lyft, right? These are basically websites or applications that help you find a job, basically, right? You begin to work for the app, you are paid through the app, and your life just goes a little bit better with some more money in your pocket. But think about this. What if you had created Lyft? What if you had created Uber? Well, here is your opportunity to do just that. Using AI, you can now create a platform of some sort for facilitating payments of hiring people for a job. Now, I would suggest, however, that you have a vetting process of some sort. I know that a lot of companies in this day and age are heavily relying upon AI or algorithms to vet people. Okay, they're allowing what is it, video, not confirmation, video verification. They're allowing for image verification. They're allowing for all these things, but these kinds of things end up, you know, hurting them in the long run every once in a while. Think of the DoorDash lady, right? And we would like to mitigate that. We would like to not have that. And so please do have within your application a vetting process where you or someone else, okay, is actually talking to the people. People want to see people now. We understand that AI exists, but we want to see people now. We're tired of talking to the bots. We want to see real people. And so this is an opportunity to create products that will allow people to see you and you to see them, to vet them and see if they're going to be able to do the job. What you will do is create an application, let's say for a cleaning company. And the cleaning company is going to clean office buildings, okay? Cleaning company is going to clean office buildings. And I would suggest that this application, first and foremost, before you begin going crazy with it, make sure this application is local. So you're only hiring local people, all right? So you have this application for a cleaning company that cleans office buildings, and you're hiring local people, okay? You're next going to, you know, create this application so people can sign up. So there's going to be a sign up interface for people who want to sign up and clean people's homes or clean office buildings. And then you're going to want to create a sign up for companies. So companies sign up to purchase people, or not purchase people, but to hire people for cleaning, okay? Or specifically hire through your company. I would suggest that your company, this company basically that you're creating using an app, at some point in time, once you have the funds, you get an LLC or some type of legal, legitimized corporation, you know, document of some sort. This is to protect you for liability later on. This is also to assist you in getting funds to be able to pay your workers in advance, just in case some of these companies are not necessarily, you know, upfront with how they're going to pay. Okay. There's a whole lot of things that can go wrong, so we're trying to make it so that everything goes right. With that being said, after you create the application, you're going to simply post it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know, for free advertisement. And you're going to post it as, you're going to use two things. You're going to use something like Sora. You're going to use something like Grok to generate the ads. Generate the ads for your company, stating that if you're a user, you can sign up to clean office buildings today. Okay. The pay is XYZ, you know. You get paid hourly, maybe you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, set some stuff up like that. Bonuses, you know, maybe put some, implement some bonuses in there. And what else? I feel like you could do a little bit more. I feel like you can still do a little bit more to incentivize the process, incentivize the use of the application. But now you're gonna, I would suggest using $10, using $100 to advertise your app. Advertise your app. Now, here comes the hard part, okay? While you're advertising your app, I need you to call up some office buildings. I need you to find office buildings that are looking to save on the hired assistants, the hired cleanup, the janitorial duties, okay? And sad to say, but you may need to undercut the competition, okay? When you have people sign up, you're going to inform them that they have to have a vacuum cleaner. They have to grab some cleaning supplies. They have to, have the important skills and equipment in order to actually execute on the task. They have to be able to drive, right? Because they need to get to the location. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to book the company consistently. You don't want the company to have to book a new person all the time. You just want somebody to properly fulfill the execution of the task, the cleaning of the office building at specific times. What I would suggest doing also is I'm going to have links to videos where you can take and watch those videos to learn more. You can take and have people who start watch those videos, because the information is out there, guys. And in fact, for viewers right now, I'm going to give you guys a template application already made with some of the stuff in order. You simply have to find the rest of the information. You have to design it the way you want it to look, the way you want the code to look, the way you want the CSS to look, right? And of course, you're going to have to implement payments, right? How payments are executed, how your employees are paid, how you are paid, right? You're generally going to take like a cut, like a small cut of the proceeds, right? And this is typically how staffing companies work, okay? So you're basically building a staffing company using an application. Staffing companies typically have their own websites, but it's typically known in local, right, that the staffing company exists. So, and they don't really do a lot of ads and things of that nature. So you'll be one cut, above the rest.